Wandering Night, a low-vision view of the world. Exploring South Island, from Picton to Queenstown. There is so much to see on South Island, and when you have limited time, you have to make the most of it. I think HF Holidays did a pretty good job getting us from Picton to here in Queensland over the past 3 days. We stopped in so many places, it's hard to remember them all. Wineries, old mining towns, Cape Foulwind, Pancake Rocks, Lake Matheson, Franz Josef Glacier, Shipwreck Beach, Lake Wanaka and Hawea, so much more. I hope this gives you an idea of what we saw. Give yourself plenty of time to drive and sightsee. It's well worth it. We're on a trail at it's either Cape Foulwind, or it's Foulwind Point. I'm not entirely sure which. There's a seal rookery back from whence we came, fur seals, and now we've left the paved trail and we're walking through a windswept meadow-like area.
Hold on. Go ahead, do it.
This is a trail made of stone, embedded in who knows what, very stable, but a bit hilled up. And there's our lighthouse that we're heading towards. We've had a good stiff breeze the whole way on this warm, clear afternoon. This could certainly be a storm-swept area. You don't get to go into the lighthouse. In fact, if you blink as you walk on by, you'll miss the lighthouse completely, even though you see it as you approach. I don't know if it's still used anymore. I have a suspicion it isn't. It was built in 1876. There's still some remains of the staff homes that the lighthouse keeper and his assistants used. Now we're walking back down to the bus. This is our last view of these remarkable cliffs. And maybe you can see the cement factory in the distance. These limestone rocks have formed into layers. No one really knows why, and I can't really see it. At least I don't see the striations. Now you can really see the striations in the rocks. Here I am on the beach at Punakeki, or something approximating that resort. It's a pretty wide beach. Uh-oh. The tide is coming in. Unfortunately, no sunset to see. Clouds rolled on in from the west, heading east. I'm going to call it Pancake Rocks Lodge because we're just a minute or so drive from the Pancake Rocks, which were really rather special. This hike from the Franz Josef Car Park to as close as you realistically can expect to get to what is currently left of the Franz Josef Glacier is about 1 3/4 miles long one way. And it's an easy trail overall. And for all that, it's a stunning one. We've left the cement trail for the riverbed. And we have an interesting juxtaposition here. You got the glacier, you got the river, and somehow the foliage just doesn't quite seem right. I can't really tell you why that is.
Well, he said it's going to start to become more alpine looking further up. They call these the Southern Alps. Yeah, you got the wall there. I just took a picture.
We're going to start descending. We actually have been descending a little bit already. Back from the glacier. Back to the parking lot. This is an out and back hike. It's not a hard trail. Hard pack, stone, dirt mostly. I could see it being pretty atrocious if the weather came in though, since you are in a valley. The weather funneling off the glacier could be pretty fierce. As you can see, this is a busy trail. And it's interesting. We moved a little bit away from the river, just a teeny bit, and we've got forest here. We're on our way to Lake Matheson. And if it looks like I'm unsteady on my feet, it's because the bridge is unsteady. It's a suspension bridge. Feels a little more alpine in here. We've passed by New Zealand white pine. It's not the same as white pines back home, but they are New Zealand's tallest tree.
Getting a little ripple, but it's still very reflective.
I'm not quite sure why it's called Ship Creek, because we're on the ocean. There's a lot of driftwood here on this beach.
Ah, real beach, huh? Nice.
Ship Creek.
Sand on our shirts.
And Ship Creek's beach. There's a lot of wonderful driftwood on this beach.
Land is primed for Trumpian development.
Different from the blue of the sky. Fabulous. Wow.
Lake Wanaka. Scenery's changed a lot. Foliage has changed a lot. We're in the rain shadow of the mountains now. On day one, we drove to Punakeki, which featured Pancake Rocks, and before that Cape Foulwind. Day two, we ended up at Franz Josef with its wonderful glacier. And on day three, we drove to Queenstown via Lake Matheson and Lake Wanaka. The town of Wanaka felt a lot different than Queenstown does. Queenstown doesn't feel quite as upscale. However, Queenstown is definitely the place to be if you're interested in outdoor activities. We spent our day just wandering around and then taking an hour-and-a-half long cruise on the TSS, that's Twin Screw Steamer, Earnslaw. She's been plying the waters here in the southern hemisphere since she was built in New Zealand in 1912, and still has most of her original equipment. While it's a little kitschy, it was still a fun way to spend a bit of our day.
Well folks, just leaving Walter Peak here. Over on the beach, your hosts, young Karen and young Cam, are bidding you a big farewell on the wharf there.